What's up, y'all? It's your girl Katie Influencer, and this is Crime in the Hood TV. Before we get into the details of this case, I just want to take a moment and ask what is really going on in the world? Because when we talk about domestic violence, people often reduce it to arguments, separation, or relationships being difficult. But domestic violence is more than that. It includes controlling behavior, intimidations, threats, and yes, laying hands on someone, fighting them, and repeated physical harm. It is not just conflict, it is abuse. And we have to be very clear about something. Walking away is always an option, separation is always an option, divorce is always an option. We do not have to accept, tolerate, or survive someone else's abusive behavior. And for the person causing harm, getting help, real mental support, and intervention is the option they need to choose, not violence, not control, not destruction. But we also have to talk about reality. Too many people in domestic violence situations are not taken seriously when they speak up. Too many warning signs get overlooked, and too many situations escalate because no one intervenes in time. So if you or anyone you know is going through domestic violence or has disclosed that they are in dangerous situations and want to get out, help them, support them, lead them, encourage them to seek the resources available in the community. And if those resources are not accessible in one place, go to another community, go to another place. Reach out until help is found because getting out safely is possible, but it often requires support, planning, and access to the right resources. And one of the hardest parts of leaving a domestic situation is not the decision, it's the exit. This is often the most dangerous point. So we have to do better at taking these situations seriously, listening when people speak up, and making sure they are not left to navigate it alone. So, with that being said, let's get into this case. What happened in Shreveport, Louisiana is a tragedy that has shaken multiple communities to their core. April 19th, 2026, Cedar Grove. Police were first called out for what was reported as a domestic disturbance, but within minutes, that call turned into something much more devastating. Authorities say 31-year-old Shamar Elkins went on a violent rampage that left 8 children dead, 7 of them believed to be his own. 2 women were also shot and survived their injuries as the situation unfolded across multiple locations. Investigators say after the initial shootings, Elkin fled the scene, triggering a police pursuit that crossed into Bossier City. A longtime friend and mentor of Elkins, a man who said he helped raise him since childhood and that Elkins called him uncle. He also stated Elkins as a young soldier. Later, shared an emotional public account of what happened when Elkins arrived at his home. According to his statement, he had spoken with Elkins just the day before about personal issues, including a possible divorce, and he said he did not recognize any warning signs of what was coming, but he should have. Early that morning, he says his security cameras activated, showing movement at his door. When he went to investigate, he says he heard Elkins' voice and opened the door unknowingly. At that moment, Elkins, standing there armed with a rifle, the man says they spoke for under a minute, just a brief conversation at the doorway, before Elkins placed the barrel of the rifle into his own mouth and pulled the trigger. He says the shots rang out instantly, and as law enforcement closed in, officers believe there may have been additional gunfire and responded, resulting in chaos at the scene. He also stated he suffered injuries from shattered glass during the incident. Afterward, he publicly pleaded for prayers for the victims, especially the children, and asked for strength for everyone impacted by the tragedy. As investigators worked to piece together the timeline, more developments followed. Authorities say Charles Ford was arrested in connection with the firearm used in the killings, accused of illegally providing the weapon involved in the mass shooting. My question is, did he know what Shamar was going to do? And another arrest followed involving Michael Mayance, which is the man that I briefly spoke about where Shamar pulled up to his home to kill himself, after law enforcement executed a warrant at his residence. which, that's something that's protocol because the man pulled up at your house before he killed himself. So it kind of put him in some mess. Reports indicate that firearms were recovered during that search, despite him reportedly being under restrictions that prohibited him from possessing weapons until next month. While officials continue reviewing every connection tied to the case, they have not fully outlined the extent of each individual's involvement. But what is clear is that the aftermath of this tragedy has widened far beyond a single suspect. And now the focus is not only on what happened that morning, but on how many lives became connected to one of the most devastating family tragedies in recent memory. But beyond arrest, beyond timelines, beyond court action, what remains is grief. Real grief. Mothers mourning children who will never return home. Families left with unanswered questions. A friend who witnessed an unimaginable final moment at his doorstep. And a community trying to process something that feels impossible to understand. So today, this is bigger than just reporting. This is a moment of reflection. Pray for the mothers who lost their babies. Pray for the families left behind. Pray for the communities of Shreveport and Bossier City. And pray for everyone emotionally and mentally impacted by what has happened. Because 8 innocent children are gone. And the weight of this tragedy will not leave easily. This is your girl, Katie Influencer, and this is Crime in the Hood TV. Stay aware, stay safe, and keep this entire community lifted in prayer. After this video, stay tuned. I have a video of those babies dancing together, a briefing with the law enforcement after the babies were killed, and a small video of the memorial that has been set up outside one of the homes. Thank y'all for tuning in. Subscribe, like, share, and follow. Peace.
We're standing in this place again. There are 8 children that are deceased. I can't be strong for you. I think about the mother and what this family has lost. I think about this community and what this community has lost. And I don't have the words to give you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what people think in the crevices of their mind to want to harm another human being, let alone that of children who have their whole life ahead of them. From what I've learned about this incident is that it's domestic in nature, that makes it even more horrific for all the fighting that we do as it relates to this. And maybe you can stand strong with this, but I can't without shedding tears of traumatic pain. I pain and I grieve for this family. I grieve for the lives that are lost, and I'm asking you to please utilize every resource that the sheriff has brought forth now when you know that these situations occur. We cannot be and make this a joke. This is not a freaking joke. This is real, and this is the result when someone snaps. So I'm gonna ask the community, along with prayer, with every mental health consultant, counselor that is out here, this family and this community needs you. I need you. Because how do we get through this? How do we get to the next level? It is real, and this is raw, and these are the tragedies when there are domestic violence or domestic disturbances in our community.
And also, as
of these individuals are deceased. The ranges of the decedents are from 1 year of age to approximately 14 years of age. This morning, officers responded to a shooting that occurred just after 6 a.m. In doing so, determined that this was a domestic call in nature. The responding officers located a crime scene here in the 300 block of West 79th Street, and this is a rather extensive crime scene spanning between 2 residences here. There is also another residence on Harrison Street that is part of this crime scene as well. Right now, we have at least 10 individuals that were struck by gunfire last night in a domestic disturbance. 8 of these individuals are deceased.
Tender dick ass nigga and killed these fucking babies and killed all these fucking people because old girl wanted to leave him. So last night I came through the hood and I rode through here. He jacked a person out of his car. He jacked somebody right here on 79th. He jacked him. You hear me? But the girl wanted to leave him. The girl wanted to leave him alone. And, you know, that nigga just went crazy. Killed all the babies, killed all the kids. Went around there on Harrison, shot 2 people in the head. Both of them fighting for their life. So, that shit just crazy, man. This man done killed all them damn kids. The little boy tried to run. And, he got killed. One little boy tried to get on top of a house. He got killed in the backyard. Like, man, this nigga that really went crazy all over female. All them kids, bro. That shit crazy, bro. 8 babies. Then he went around on Harrison and killed 2 people. He dead now. They killed him. They killed him in Bossier. Nigga named Shamar. Yeah, bro. And they killed 8 kids all over female. All this was over female, cuz.